Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished participants, it is a great pleasure to address this conference on artificial intelligence and freedom of expression. Artificial intelligence, automation, and other machine learning technologies are increasingly shaping and arbitrating online information. This directly influences what we as individuals and societies can access, see, and read online, and the way we can share our own ideas and interact with one another. Over the last years, AI has become a central component of the online ecosystem, especially in its use for content moderation and curation. AI is deployed to detect and filter out potentially problematic and unlawful content, including extremist content or hate speech, based on systems that rely heavily on data collection and processing. It is also used for commercial reasons to rank, promote, and monetize certain content available online. With all their associated challenges, it still goes without saying that digital technologies are absolutely vital in sustaining freedom of expression online, a cornerstone of any democracy. The use of these technologies enables people to access, share, and disseminate a variety of information and ideas. And all of us felt this in the course of this year, during the ongoing global health crisis, where all of our lives shifted even more to the online sphere. And we all use and are increasingly dependent on digital tools and the online information ecosystem more than ever. However, there are a number of challenges associated with using AI to shape and arbitrate online spaces. These challenges need urgent attention in order to safeguard our human rights online. The use of AI can lead to a chilling effect on free speech and media freedom. It can result in censorship and various forms of discrimination. In fact, the mere application of various AI-powered tools can be a threat, as its invasive nature relies so heavily on the collection and processing of large amounts of data. This, in and of itself, affects online expression. Given the threats that AI poses to free speech, and in light of the fast-paced developments of these technologies, the Office of the OSCE Representative on Freedom of the Media decided to put the spotlight on AI and freedom of expression in our so-called SAFE project. Our activities focus on 4 key areas. Number 1, the use of AI in the context of identifying and taking down security threats. Secondly, the use of AI in the fight against hate speech. Thirdly, the impact that the use of AI has on media pluralism and diversity. And fourthly and finally, the associated issue of surveillance. The first 2 areas address how AI is deployed for detecting, evaluating, and moderating content at scale to identify and filter out illegal and potentially harmful content online. In this area, we observe a great risk of over-removal of legitimate content, and that AI, without human review, remains incapable of assessing particular contexts or nuanced speech. These issues are exacerbated by the simple fact that the processes often involve no or little oversight, transparency, or accountability. Our second area of focus is on content curation. We are looking in particular at how AI is used to rank, promote, and demote content, as well as monetize massive amounts of available content. Given the way in which the online information space is shaped through AI, we find ourselves in a shrinking space for pluralism. While information on the internet is boundless, the excessively curated bubbles that we find ourselves in hardly provide pluralistic content or diverse and representative perspectives of society as a whole. Moreover, these data-driven AI processes lead to the constant surveillance of individual internet users. This, in turn, affects online behaviors and expression. In order to raise awareness of the policies and practices in place, and to find effective ways to safeguard freedom of expression when AI is used, we have worked extensively over the past year with a group of experts and contributors. Overarching challenges that the use of AI pose to the free speech include the following. Firstly, there remains a limited understanding of the complex and diverse implications of free speech caused by the use of AI. Secondly, the entire process of AI design, deployment, and implementation regularly lack transparency. Thirdly, AI-powered content moderation and curation tools are often lack due process and effective remedies for users. There's a worrying lack of accountability and independent oversight over AI systems. And fifthly and finally, additional challenges stem from advertising-focused business models of many internet intermediaries, especially given the dominance of a few companies and the resulting surveillance. We're now working with various stakeholders on the local level to increase awareness and promote a better understanding of the challenges that the use of AI brings in its wake. We are also continuing to work with experts to develop policy recommendations for relevant stakeholders. Next year, we will present policy guidance for all relevant stakeholders, state as well as non-state actors, to make sure that the use of AI does not impede freedom of expression online. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm grateful for the opportunity to contribute to today's discussions at this AI Journey conference. We're indeed facing complex challenges and need to strengthen international coordination and cooperation on this issue, as there is no simple or one-size-fits-all solution. It is crucial to include a human rights perspective from the very start of the design and development of AI datasets, and to assess and counterbalance potential human rights implications. I hope this conference will bring fruitful and forward-looking discussions, and we hope we can further engage and join efforts to ensure that freedom of expression is safeguarded when artificial intelligence is deployed. Thank you very much.